Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to this channel. I'm Mr. Edison. Today we're going to talk about supply. Let's start with the law of supply first. So what is mean by law of supply? Law of supply states that there's a positive relationship between the price and the quantity supply. Make it simple. In the last video, we talked about demand. Demand is a buyer mindset. So in supply, you are the seller mindset. So now when we talk about supply, you have to switch your mind into a seller. So when the price is higher, do you want to sell more or sell less? The answer is you want to sell more. This is a very logic question, because when the price is higher, you tend to sell more so that you will have higher profit. All right. So when the price is lower, do you want to sell more or sell less? You want to sell less because lower profit. So let's talk about the relation, because the law of supply already state that they are having a positive relation, which means that they are moving at the same direction. So higher the price, higher the quantity supply, lower the price, lower the quantity supply. And because of this, we can form a graph. This graph looks like a upward graph. Okay, it's an upward sloping curve. Okay, so this is a price, this is your quantity supply. Higher the price, higher the quantity supply. Okay, so this is your P1, P2. And the bottom part, we are going to look at the price factor. In the last video, we also learned the price factor. The supply price factor is very similar to the demand one. We always focus on the keyword, which is the price. So price, which means that there is a change in price. We talk about price only, and therefore there will be a change in the quantity supply. So we have this graph, and the graph is pointing upward. So it's price, quantity, supply. So when you have higher price, so from P1, this is your quantity supply, Q1, and when the price increases, you want to supply more. Okay, so this is your A and this is your B. So when your quantity supply increases, this is what we call expansion or extension. Depends on which textbook are you referring, yeah. So then what if the price decreases? So we also draw another line, which is a curve. So maybe in the future we talk about this. Why is curve? Why is straight line? Why is so confusing? Why I say curve but I'm drawing a straight line? So we talk about this in the future. Okay. So this is the price. Okay. So let's say now the price decreases from P1 to P2. So the quantity decreases from Q1 to Q2. This is your point A. This is your point B. So this one is quantity supply decreases. So this is what we call as contraction. Simple as that, guys. Price factor is about price. It's about change in the price. Okay, and now look at the non-price factor. Non-price factor, the keyword non-price, also known as external factor. This is a factor affect you as a producer. You are doing nothing in your price. You are not changing any price, but there will be a shift. Okay, again and again. Price factor is movement along the curve, point A to point B, point A to point B. Okay, non-price factor is about shift of the curve. So by looking at this, we can draw the graph that looks like this one. Upward. And let's copy and paste another one here. So when I shift to the right, do you guys remember in the video, in the demand, when you shift to right, what does it mean? It means that increase, okay? Same with supply. When supply increases, it shifts to the right. Did I mention left just now? Should be right, yeah. Okay, so when you shift to your left, supply decrease, you shift to your left. Okay, rightward, sometimes you will see the word rightward, leftward. You also can say this is all to the down, this is to the up also, but I will recommend you guys use left and right. It will be better. So as you can see here, the price unchanged, but the quantity supply changes. Okay, so that's a relation between them. So as you can see here, the price unchanged. This one representing anchor is not changing. The price is not changing. So the price is not changing, but the supply increases, shift to the right, and quantity supply increases. So for this one, price is not changing, supply decreases, shift to the left, and quantity supply decreases. Simple as that. And now we are going to look into the detail of the factors. Okay, so for the supply one, I want to make it simple. The key idea is the cost of production. So the cost of production will be the key that affect the supply. So I'll ask you a simple question. When the cost of production increases, which means that it becomes more expensive to produce the goods, will you supply more or supply less? Supply less, right? Because it becomes expensive. So when you have higher the cost of production, you will have lower supply and therefore lower quantity supply. When you have higher cost of when you have lower cost of production, and you have higher supply and higher quantity supply. Very simple. But now, most of the time, the question, the famous question, the famous factor that will affect the cost of production, the first one is subsidy by the government. So subsidy will reduce the cost of production. Okay, so therefore, you have higher supply, higher quantity supply. Another one will be technological advancement. Okay, technological advancement. So technology now become better. You can produce more goods and services right now. So which means that not only that, you also known as lower down your cost of production, higher supply, higher quantity supply. Okay, so and also maybe the third one you guys also can consider about tax. Okay, higher tax, it will basically reduce your supply because there's tax, you need to pay more tax to the government, and so you don't feel like producing more, and therefore lower quantity supply. Okay, not only that, tax will also increase the cost of production. Depends on what kind of tax, but most of the time, increased tax will increase the cost of production. Why? Because when you increase tax, the other company also got affected. So the price of the raw material is going to be increases due to the tax, probably indirect tax. And because of that, you're going to have a higher cost of production, so eventually lower supply. Okay, so this one will be your very, very commonly see factors: cost of production, subsidy, technological advancement, and the tax. All right, so this is the chapter for today. If you guys want to know more, you guys can check on the next video. Wait for my next video. My next video will be teaching you guys the market equilibrium. That's what we call X curve, X-Men curve, where your supply intersect with your demand, and that will be the important part. So if you guys feel this video is helpful, and if this video helps you, please leave a thumbs like. Okay, and I will see you guys in next video. All right, bye.